ladies a proper introduction. You know, we don't bring people into the Dr. Don Radio Show raggedy. We don't bring you in any kind of way. We don't make you sit on the plastic couch like grandma used to. We make you feel comfortable. So I have to give these ladies a proper introduction. First, I want to, you know what? I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. I think she was one of my original health and fitness gurus to come on the show. Still looking good. Health is wealth. She is still preaching and teaching that. We have Tonnisha Deonn. She is the owner of Hey Gym Friend. That's how you know she's friendly. She ain't gonna beat you up too much. The gym is our friend, right, Tonnisha?
Yes, ma'am.
She is also a personal trainer and a nutrition specialist. Welcome back, Tonnisha. How are you, girl?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm blessed.
Yeah, you're looking good, honey.
Thank you.
Looking good. And then we have Sandi Johnson-Eli. She is the CEO and managing member of Operation Get Fit, LLC. Sandi Johnson-Eli. How are you, Sandi?
Hello. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited. I've always wanted to come on a show and talk wellness. Like, I'm ready for this.
Why do I feel like you're about to get up and do some jumping jacks? And she about to have me do some jumping jacks, too. I don't know. Let's do it. Natty says, yay, she's already ready. Natty, we're all ready. And last but not least, Jackie Goodwater, a.k.a. the real Jackie Red Fitness. You better not get it twisted. She's the real. There's some imitators, but she's the only one, darling. She is the CEO. She is an ambassador of Spenga Houston. She is a brand ambassador there. And she is she is the owner of Shaded Eye Candy, darling. But she doesn't throw shade. Welcome, Jackie, to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Don, for having me.
How are you ladies doing?
Well,
excellent.
Good. And I tell you, health is wealth. We have to talk about it. But let's get into this because this is something, our bodies are temples, ladies. And I'm just so glad you all could be on. And I have to tell you, we're going to keep it real. Whatever the answer, we have to accept it, right? Because we are seeing our children get diagnosed with diabetes. We've got to talk about it. And so first, let's start with you, Jackie, and then let's work our way down.
Okay.
Sandi, and then Tonnisha. And ladies, let me say this. We're having a conversation. So we don't have to raise our hand to speak. We're just girlfriends, okay? And and Natty says my favorite frames. Thank you, Natty. That's what I'm talking about. We got to support, don't we?
Most definitely.
Come on. But let's start with you, Jackie. What led you to a healthier lifestyle? Just give us briefly your testimony that has you on this journey, this lifestyle journey.
Thank you, Dr. Don, for that question. To be honest, to be very transparent, I got to that space where I didn't feel well. You know, I was feeling a little off. I had a lot of fogginess in the brain. I felt some of the behaviors were because of depression. My diet was poor. And I've been in the game for a long time, you know, losing the weight and gaining it back. And of course, we all went through that COVID-19, pandemic. That pandemic, baby, it did a lot on a lot of us, including myself. And that was pretty much that wake-up call because, you know, when you're twiddling your thumbs and you're sitting down, you're watching TV, Amazon, baby, they got a lot of money out of me. But I had to realize, I said, you know what? This is a perfect time for me to really sit down and identify why are these behaviors happening? Why do I feel as such? And I don't know if you remember, Peloton had a deal going on. They were pushing those bikes. And that was pretty much where that jump started came from. And I said, you know what? I had some of these goals. I said, let me redirect myself to figure out where I need to start. And I had to go to that prayer closet, and God started to move. He started putting people in my presence. I was able to learn some jewels that I could apply. And then I just started investing in myself, you know, because I had to remember I am worth it. God gives us one temple, and we are responsible for handling our temple and keeping it as clean as possible. And so I'm just just so glad that I was able to honor God, honor my body, and apply those methods. It's not have been easy at all.
Yeah.
But I'm here to share my story. I am an open book.
Good.
And God is good.
Yeah. And I tell you, that's how I know I need to get on it, ladies, when I get upset seeing the Peloton commercial because they interrupted my burrito and video. I mean, who gets mad at it? That's why you're here, right? Usually I'm like, Peloton, I want to hear that. No. Come on. No ads and burrito. Anyways, Sandi, what led you to this business girl, or really the calling?
I think I've always enjoyed fitness. It was my fun thing. So I was in mortgages and real estate, and I did fitness on the side initially. And I'd like to feel good and look good. And I was like, oh, I'm going to help the world feel good and look good. And then God blessed me to be in this situation where I gave birth, and I normally weigh like 140, right? And when I gave birth, I was 210.
Wow.
My baby was only 7 pounds, right?
Okay.
So I had never been overweight in my life. And
Yeah.
so now I was in the shoes of my clients trying to figure out how to get it off,
Okay.
and being in this body that was foreign to me. And so for the first time, I understood how they felt. Like, what is this? Where did this come from? How do I get away from it? Because a lot of times, we're young, we have these great bodies when we're young, and then we have kids or life strikes, and then you lose the body, and you have no idea how to get it back because you didn't work for it the first time, right? And so I thought that was the first time that really it became relevant to me. And then 2 other times in my life, fitness has saved my life. So I used to be a flight attendant, and during 9/11, I flew for, one of the airlines that went through the Trade Center, and I could not make myself get out of bed. I just went through this huge depression. And so my mother, to the degree, my mother was like, and I didn't even live at home anymore. Let me find you someone to talk to. And so I went to a therapist, and he explained to me, and he was actually a pastor. And he explained to me that everything is spiritual. He said, I can't discuss God with someone if I don't meet their physical need first. If they're hungry, they don't want to talk about God if they haven't
They're
eaten.
hungry. They need food.
Right.
Come on now. Yeah.
So you have to address this physical part before you can speak to anybody about any other issues. And so I thought, wow, that was real. So he gave me this program, and it kind of fed every part of me. So I got up and I worked out. I started taking a class in college to stimulate my mind. I did everything: physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. I had to feed everything because I was just stripped of everything. And so it saved my life, seriously. And then this last time, it saved my world. In 2020, my husband passed. And here I've been in the fitness business forever.
Yeah.
He was fit. I was fit. He just did not wake up.
Wow.
He had no medical, issues that we knew of. And my world was over. And so my blood pressure went through the roof. Um, I didn't care if my business ran or not. I just lost it all. And the thing is working out, when I would work out, I would get lightheaded. So then I would feel like I'm going to pass out. And then the blood pressure medicine the doctor gave me wouldn't lower my blood pressure. And something just said, just walk.
Yeah.
Just walk. And so I just walked, and I just walked. And that opened the door to my freedom. Like I could breathe again. And then walking will work better than some of the medicines that they're going to put you on, right? Or in addition to.
Okay.
So it started me on the beginning to be able to just want to live again, because I didn't want to be here no more. So 3 situations in my life that fitness has truly saved me. It really changed my whole focus.
And I want to thank you all. And Tonnisha, we are about to get your testimony. I mean, my goodness. But I want to thank you for the transparency, because some of you all watching, listening, are thinking they just woke up like this. That's why I like to hear the backstory, because I want, and that builds the connection to let people know, man, okay, somebody right now is going through depression, Jackie. Somebody has lost somebody. The pandemic, my issue too, Jackie, when the weight really came on. Tonnisha, give us briefly, sister, your testimony that led you to this. And let me read Natty's comment. She says, amen. It's real. It's real. Go ahead, Tonnisha.
Okay, well, basically what happened was my size 24 jeans weren't fitting anymore. And I was going to go into a 26 before I was 26 years old. So I noticed I had a problem. So that's what started me working out. And I would just do light stuff because I was very intimidated by the gym and working out in front of people. But while I was in college, I also was diagnosed with lupus. And I know a lot of people with lupus, and I know how the pills, like basically they're guinea pigs. And I was just terrified. And so I told my doctor, my rheumatologist, I said, I don't want to be on any medicine. And he said, well, we'll test it out for a period of time, but you have to eat clean. You have to change everything. So that's what I did. So basically gaining all that weight and then finding out I had lupus, I just changed my total lifestyle. And I'm not on any medicine. Haven't been, never.
Thank God for that. But discipline. And we're going to talk about that, but it's discipline, because how many people do we know? Like my pastor said the other day, doctor tells you got high blood pressure. Oh, in the name of Jesus, with this pill, I'm going to, you can't, I mean, come on. we gotta be disciplined here. Any of you ladies can answer this next question. Let's talk about, first of all, you all gave us some motives, but what are some right and wrong motives that you have found in your experience, Jackie? And you know, people DM you all the time. You may not be a fitness expert, it doesn't matter, but you are walking the journey. So any of you all, what are some right and wrong motives for wanting to lose weight?
You have to do it for yourself. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, just to look like someone else. I even fall victim of that. You know,
like, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Like if you're working out and you're like, oh, because I want the way her back look right here. And it's like, no, you're working out to be in good health. You're working out to look good for your body type, you know, right. So just for yourself and not to look like anyone else.
Yeah, because the weight will come back. I can testify to that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You, Sandi and Jackie?
I was just going to say self-love. Okay. The only motive, there is only one motive. It's for you. It's that you feel good about yourself, the way you look, the way you feel. You're doing it for your self-improvement and nobody else's. And so there's not a certain amount on the scale. It's not a certain jean size. It's where I'm comfortable in my skin and I like who I see in the mirror. I like how I feel.
Yeah. That's good. Self-love. You, Jackie, and you're the curvy, what is it? The curvy, what do you call yourself?
Well, back in the day, I was the curvy queen, but I still have curves.
Yeah.
Still serving curves.
Yeah.
But just to add to what Sandi and Tonnisha stated is that you have to make sure that you're doing it for you and loving yourself. You know, you can't do it for no one else. You can't do it for likes and for attention.
That's right.
You know, we have to redirect ourselves and say, hey, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And that's how that plan works, you know.
And you all said, and I think it does have to start with self-love, not to get a man, not to get a boyfriend, not to fit in with the circle. And guys, don't you find, because you'll want to lose weight for the wedding, to fit in the wedding dress, but then after the wedding, you gain like 30 pounds. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with having those goals, but really it should be self-love at the end of the day, right?
Full lifestyle change, not for the moment, not for the moment, not for the events, you know, slay for the lifestyle, because that's the true wealth. You know, it may sound so cliche, but that's where the wealth is with that health being good.
The clean eating and exercise is lifestyle, but I also agree with every now and then you can do a little one to a detox, a diet if you have a vacation coming up. It's summertime, you know. I believe in a little bit every now and then.
But you are disciplined enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's why Tonnisha is a nutritionist. That's why you really need some accountability partners if you're weak in this thing. Because, you know, all that quick fix stuff, Tonnisha.
You need your hey gym friend. You need a
accountability partner, you know? Hey gym friend.
Yes.
Now, ladies, I need to know, because you all are gurus, y'all are killing it. What is the biggest challenge? Because everybody has a challenge, right? And let's start with you, Tonnisha, and then Sandi and Jackie. What is the biggest challenge for you, even with a healthier lifestyle? And then how do you overcome it?
My biggest challenge is to give myself grace. For instance, about 3 weeks ago, I had a lupus flare that was the most pain I've ever experienced, and it was affecting my walking. So for 3 days, I took off of work. I barely could walk. It was just terrible. And I was just crying and I was praying, because I was saying, like, is this for me? I love what I do, but if my feet hurt and if I can't walk, and I was just like, Lord, just give me a sign. And then you literally emailed me like the next week about faith and fitness. I'm serious. You emailed me the next week about faith and fitness, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's a lot of people out here just like me, and you may feel so discouraged. You're imperfect, and you may be in pain. And it's like, you know what? Give yourself grace. If you don't feel well, give yourself grace. Like, you don't have to go work out really hard. You don't even have to work out that day. Give yourself a break, and then go walking or something. So grace is my number one thing that I try to teach my clients and myself.
That's good. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't. People, that's why we have these conversations. Give yourself grace. Yeah. So if you only took a walk and you didn't go to the gym for your usual hour, that's okay. Mm-hmm. That's Tonnisha. I love that. Love that. You, Sandi, and then you, Jackie.
My biggest challenge, I would think, is prioritizing myself. Okay. Because I have a child and a dog and a business, and we put all of those things first, and then we don't have time to get our workout in. We don't have time to eat the right food because we're in a hurry taking care of everybody else.
Yeah.
And so my challenge that I find is putting myself first. So I'm that person that wakes up at 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning, because if I do, I can get my workout in first. I can get my prayer and meditation time in first before I have to take the dog out, before I have to get my daughter up, before I have to get to work. Yeah. And when I was a flight attendant, I use this all the time, because they say, put your mask on first, then help somebody else. Because if I don't take care of me first, then I'm never going to get to me. Then my cup is empty. Then I'm resentful. I'm snappy at my family. I'm short because I didn't take care of me. And then I'm out of shape. Then my blood pressure is high. Then I've gained weight because I didn't wake up early enough, and I didn't give myself the time to, pre-make my food and get my workout in. So that's my biggest challenge. And so I get up a little earlier. I found that I have got to put me first. I've got to, take care of me first, and then I can serve everybody else.
That's good. And any of you who are watching on Facebook, put your question in and I will read it for our fitness queens. Yeah, Jackie, what's the biggest challenge?
For me, I would say is that work-life balance and understanding that it is okay to rest. Just similar to what Tonnisha and Sandi has shared, that grace, giving yourself that grace and understanding that you have to refill that cup. Yeah. And it's okay to rest or refill that cup so that you can go hard in the paint moving forward. It is okay to rest. I think also society puts it in our heads that, it's weak to rest or to sleep. I think Kevin Gates has it in one of his lyrics. I go hard or something like that. I don't sleep or whatever. And, social media really pushes that as the framework to live a certain lifestyle. And that's not good. Yeah. So we have to unlearn certain things. And so that was one of the challenges that I was faced with, that I overcome over during time, teaching myself and learning from the experts. Hey, you have to do a little different to get the results to change,
Because, and this is what I find, and see, I love, Sandi, that you emailed us when you did, my goodness, because we need different perspectives. There's somebody out there who's saying, but I have a kid. I have 2 kids. I have a dog. How do I do it? She's telling you she gets up early. Somebody out there is maybe dealing with a health challenge like Tonnisha. Give yourself grace. Jackie says work-life balance. How many of us need, Y'all, it's crazy. Sometimes I work 4 in the morning. I'm just now getting in the 6-8 hours I need because it affects my mood and I don't get up and work out. It's just, yeah. So, ladies, now look, let's talk about this. I want to start with you, Tonnisha. You said it. I'm going to start with you because you said it. We can find the gym intimidating. It is not easy for everybody to want to go to the gym. Let's be honest about it. How do you all give us some tips? What can people do if they find the gym intimidating?
Well, I just kept going. Honestly, I just kept going, and anything that made me feel uncomfortable, I didn't do. So for a long time, I just walked on the treadmill, and I would have people see me be consistent, and they'll say, "Hey," I had one woman, "Hey, maybe you should try like an incline," and I had one guy tell me something, and slowly but surely, I started to feel comfortable. But I was definitely scared to get stuck in the machines. I was scared of everything. But my thing is, if you try the gym and you like literally hate it, find something. You have dance class, Pilates, you have cycling, you have so much stuff to choose from. You can do everything virtual. If you are intimidated and like to be in front of people, you can do things virtually. So it's like, just try a whole bunch of stuff. I just tried Pilates when my legs were acting up. I tried Pilates because I'm like, I'm not going to lay down. Like, I'm not feeling pain, but I'm too scared to like go run and do box jumps and stuff. But I'm gonna try something else. So I tried Pilates.
And are you gonna let people's opinions stop you? You're going to the gym to get healthier. Who cares what they think, right? Sometimes you're gonna have to push through the fear. Even Jackie, she has classes. Oh, well, what? You gotta go. You're gonna have to push through the fear. Are you gonna stay home and be unhealthy? Or are you gonna, who cares what people think?
And most of the time, I'm guilty of this. They're not thinking anything bad about you. Like
they're not even thinking about you.
You know, and then you start getting a thumbs up, you start getting a wave, and you notice like people are actually cheering you on. They like you. No one's worried. They're insecure. They're, trying to put whatever on them, So fine.
That's a good point. I love that. You see why I am so glad all 3 of you could be here. You, Sandi, what tips do you have for people who are intimidated by the gym or maybe even by a workout class?
I think for newcomers, I suggest group fitness. I suggest finding whatever format they like. Some people like to dance, do a Zumba, do U-jams. If you don't like, do body pump, do Pilates, do a group fitness class because there is a sense of community.
Yeah.
You can hide, right? If you don't want to be seen, you can fall to the back. If you want to be seen, you can come to the front. And then 9 times out of 10, you're going to make a friend.
Yeah.
Or, even if you don't really, I love how she say gym friend. That's real talk. You've been working out in the same class with them for 6 months and you don't know their name, but you like, hey girl, you end up showing up for each other, right? Like, let me get up and go because Miss So-and-so going to be there. And you got your workout in. And so like my class used to tell me, she was like, Sandi, this is better than therapy. So they got their workout in, they got to talk, they got to chat after class, and then they have something in common. So I teach boot camp. So they were like, Sandi is tripping today. So they back there complaining about me, but they kind of got that he. All right, talk while you finish doing that push-up. So then they're kind of forgetting about the workout as well. So I'm doing something, I'm connecting with other people, and you're easing into it instead of you feeling like she said, everybody's looking at me. Everybody's thinking about me. And so you do have those successes when people start saying, oh, I saw you do that squat, girl. I saw you do that push up. And people really do encourage you. So I do. If you go to the gym, if you have it in you to actually go to the gym, I would advise some type of group X. And then, like she said, if not, do something virtual. And then because we also do virtual classes and we can't see them because it's a webinar format, but we chat. If they tell us this is what they're doing, we'll say, okay, try this. And some of them don't want to be seen, and that's good. And we're like, that's okay. We'll talk you through it through the chat. And until we get you to the point where you're confident enough to go get that walk in or to make it to the gym. So,
I like that. And then I found in group classes, we build a camaraderie talking about the trainer. Girls, you get on my nerves. Oh, she watching, girls. 20. Yeah, okay. Tonnisha watching. Oh, here we go. And yeah, it's a sisterhood. Yes.
It
Okay, you, Jackie. What if people don't
So
want to go to the gym? They don't want to be like Jackie. They can't go to the gym. What do you tell them, Jackie?
I tell them it's all good. You know, we're all different.
Yeah,
You know, we can't do the cookie cutter type of approach for everyone.
that's right.
Know who you are, know what you like. But I also encourage everyone to be open minded. Don't put yourself in a box
That's
because
right.
it could be a totally different workout regimen. It could be a certain class, it could be TRX, something that you may have never heard of that you may just love. So explore, but do not stop moving.
That's good. That's good. And I think, do y'all think celebrate the small victories?
Oh,
Even if you, because I started, like, I would walk around the block and I set my timer because after not working out for a long time. And I said, I'm not going to go to the gym for no hours and overexert myself. Let's be realistic, right? Because then you'll be intimidated and all that. I'm just going to start walking around the block. 15 minutes. Celebrate every victory, but just get started. You just have to get started. Now, ladies, let me, this is a question that I find interesting. And look, we're all ladies here. Sometimes it is our time of the month. And I'm going to speak, we talked about it because this is real. Let me read this comment. Cod Rowden says, yes, celebrate small non-scale victories. I know that's right. Yeah. What do y'all think about getting on the scale? Yes or no?
Look at the right numbers. If you're on the scale, you have to really, I call it, dive into maybe connecting with an expert, because I think at times when we are purchasing these home scales, we're not really looking at the right numbers.
Okay.
We're not looking at the IBM. We're not looking at the bone density. We're looking at, oh, this number is here. When you really understand the science behind the weight, muscle weighs more than fat, understanding that you may be holding a little bit more water weight because it's that time of the month.
Right.
So if it's that time of the month, then okay, let me just move through this. Let me go to my yoga, my Pilates. Let me just continue to move because I know the numbers I really need to look at is the numbers I really need to look at. So
Okay.
I like to just make sure, like, you know, if you're moving the needle, if you have a goal, connect with that expert. Know what numbers mean and how to have I call a system, you know, macros. Break the macros down. You should understand how many grams of protein you need, your fat, you know, things of that nature, so that you can really hit those goals. But look at the right numbers. Don't let that discourage you. But those non-scale victories is everything.
Okay. What do y'all think of the scale? Sandi,
I have a
Tonnisha?
teenager. My daughter is a teenager, and she wants to run to the scale, and I don't like it because she's so focused on the number. I feel like I don't want her to become obsessed with it and be willing to do anything for the number to drop.
Gotcha.
So, first of all, if you're going to do the scale, only look at it once a week.
Okay.
Only look at it, pick a day of the week. If you're going to look at it on Sundays, then look at it every Sunday. And then keep in mind that your weight can literally go up from drinking, you know, a 16-ounce glass of water. So
Yeah.
you could have worked out and exactly, and then drink that. And it really does. You're going to see it on the scale. So the body does fluctuate. I think it was great when she said you're going to retain water weight sometimes, and you see that on the scale, just like you see it on the scale when when it had your favorite meal. So cut yourself a break on the number. Eve is going to fluctuate up and down a little bit, as long as it's headed in the right direction overall. When you're looking at it over a couple of weeks or monthly, then you know you're headed in the right direction. And just give yourself a whole lot of grace. I really try to stay clear of it. And so maybe use your Gulick tape, use the tape measure to see if you're seeing the loss in inches, right? Check around the waist, check around the thigh, and to see the hips to see if you're losing your weight. Okay, but don't always run to the scale. There's other ways to find out, or do your BMI. So yeah, find
Jack,
another measurement.
that's good. I like you said that. I'm going to read this comment, and I want you to respond to it, Jackie. She says, oh, this is Jack Quay A. Jacobs. She says, hey, I'm Jackie's sorority sister. What sorority are you in, Jackie?
The first and the finest, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay. Well, look, I'm a Delta. It's Greek love, Greek unity. We're all sisters. I love it. I'm just asking. Yeah. Now, let me read Jackie's comment. I want your comment, Jackie. She says, hey, I'm Jackie's sorority sister, and I have witnessed her journey as we've known each other for 20 years. I am so inspired by her fitness journey. She said, I swear I'm going to get my life together real soon, but seeing her posts and results and quotes is so inspiring. Thank you for the honesty, Jackie. Real soon we are, but we going to start right now. Come on, Jackie. Natty, pink and green, I assume she's your soror too, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
That's my special.
Yeah, but I tell you, ladies, we've got to talk about this question. And any of you ladies on here, when it's my time in the month, I'm bloated. I want snacks, salty snacks. I want sweets. And we'll start with you, Tonnisha. I don't feel like I'm just crabby, cranky. I'm not going to the gym. I want to eat everything under the sun. What do we do during that week?
Well, I think that women shouldn't be so hard on themselves. Okay. Like, we have cycles. Men, they don't. And it's unfair, you know? And so it's like, we don't have to. We don't have to. So when it's heavy, let's be honest, when it's heavy, I rest. And, you know, when it lightens up, then I'll go do something, but I'll still do light things. I won't do a lot of ab work because I'm not trying to wake up any cramps.
Yes,
I'm taking care of myself. I'm listening to my body. It's like, yeah, you're going to feel bloated because, you know, it's that time. So I'm just being kind to myself. And when it comes to, you know, the cravings, I just do the healthier alternatives. So I'm a chocolate lover, and especially during that time, I go crazy.
Yeah.
So what I do is give myself either I'll do a MCT collagen protein bar.
Okay.
And they have like a cookie dough. I tell people this because it's good to have the alternatives. You don't necessarily have to have a candy bar. You can have a low sugar, low carb protein bar, or I'll get like a dark chocolate that's low sugar, you know, not a lot of things in it, natural. You know, I'll still get my little fix, but everything will be healthy. Everything will be clean. If I need something salt, they even have chips made out of cassava root. You know, it's like, nowadays you do not have to eat bad.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just asking because I want a pizza. I want, let's be honest.
Crust. You got cauliflower crust.
Forget that. Stuffed crust cheese. And extra cheese. Why not? Look, I'm being honest with y'all, and I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
It is when it's that time, I don't want to do anything, but I like healthy alternatives. Okay. I
would do it. I would don't lose your mind, but I would have a slice of the pizza. But
I lost my mind, Sandi. So so we don't. So a couple of slices and stop it, right?
Well,
not the whole pizza.
Don't go buy the large pizza, right?
Okay.
Buy the small pizza, or if you can buy the slice, buy the slice.
Okay. I'm being honest because somebody out there is dealing with it. Yeah.
I know we've all, you know, I'm just gonna eat one and then the whole bag is gone. But this is, I mean, it can be worse, you know, during that time of month, but we do that, you know, anytime sometimes, right? So I would just advise, especially like she said, be kind to yourself. Give yourself one slice, give yourself 2 slices.
Okay.
But I do also think, you know, a nice, easy workout. I wouldn't go do, you know, the HIIT workout, but I would do something because it does kind of help ease the cramps and helps mood. So just a gentler, nicer, you know, have the, you know, I know we crave chocolate because of the calcium. Give yourself a couple of pieces of the chocolate. Don't go buy the big bag. Just go buy a miniature just to satisfy yourself, and then try to, you know, move on.
And if you're gonna eat the pizza, please make it balanced. If you're gonna eat the pizza, you can have a salad on the side. No ranch dressing. No ranch dressing. But have a salad on the side and drink some water. Like, you don't have to go all out. You know, people get wings and soda and all. You know,
and then here come the coupon. You want you want the extra wings? It's free.
You want the brownie? No, we do not.
And y'all are laughing, but it's true. Y'all know good and well. Would you like to add ranch to that? Why not? 50 cents.
If it's white, it's not right.
Okay, that's
white,
right.
It's not right.
Okay. Look, you, Jackie.
Well, for me, like Socrates says, know thyself. And Sandi and Tonnisha presented some excellent tips, but I know in this house, I cannot bring it in because I'll have these moods where it's talking to me. I'll have that one miniature bar, and guess what? It's talking to me, and then guess what? I'm eating more than what I need. So for me, that it works better when I don't bring it in. So I know Ms. Tonnisha was saying white is not right. He's very truthful on that. The bread does not come into this house. My pantry is boring. It is. And I'm okay with that because I'm getting snatched. My inches are lowering,
Yeah.
So you just have to really know who you are, what really works for you. And, it's insanity if you want different results and you're doing the same thing.
That's right.
So you just have to build that discipline up. It's not motivation. You have to build that discipline up and do small things and build yourself up, and then just let it flow with that to change your lifestyle overall.
And the reason why I call this show Faith and Fitness, Are You Honoring Your Temple? We love to talk about fornication and we love to talk about alcohol, drugs, but it is gluttony, overeating. That is a sin as well. We, we're not honoring our temple. We are 5 pieces of ham, 3 servings of potato salad. That is not honoring our temple. And we need to talk about that more, and that's why, and we see people are dying. We're dying at a younger age. It makes no sense. Grandma's living to be like 108. Cousins dying at 42. You know what I mean? Sometimes these things, it's just out of your control, but some things are in our control, and we can do it. Let me read this comment. Let me see. I love this comment. She says, yes, Rama says, so important to know yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know what you can and cannot have in the house. That's good. And then let me read this other comment. I love the comments. He says, maybe we should honor those dietary laws in the Bible. The Bible said, we do. And it's true. We love to talk about the other stuff, but it's not honoring God when we are overeating. We've got to talk about it. Myself included, because we don't think, y'all, it doesn't have a negative connotation, right? Not like alcohol or drugs and all that, but it has a negative connotation when you have high blood pressure. And it's just, and we have to live. Now, this is a question I have for y'all. Any of y'all can answer. This popped into my head. What do y'all think about those TV shows? Like My 600-Pound Life or my 1,000-Ton Family. Have y'all seen that show?
Oh, yeah.
Those shows.
Sometimes I got to tap in to kind of just make myself look accountable. Like, okay, they have that story, and it could be any of us if we follow those negative trends. So sometimes you need those reminders to redirect you to, oh, girl, get your life together.
Yeah. Cod says, my favorite show. I'm looking, and I'm like, that could be me. Cooking in the bed. That could be me. Cod also says it reveals how much mental health goes into our weight. Man, that's good. Let me pop that up. Cod, that's good, sister. Y'all keep coming with these comments. So what do y'all think about that show? Kendra says mine too.
I agree with Cod because I think the reason that we're going for the snacks and the food is because we're not dealing with other deep-seated issues, be it stress or some type of other issue that's going on. We're not coping with it. We're not tapping into our God within us. We're not making time for prayer and to praise and for meditation, which is our release. That's when we get to refresh. That's when we get to let it go. Let go, let God, whatever you want to call it. But we're tapping in. And when we don't, then we're finding other sources to make it okay. So we're going for that other piece of chicken, that next piece of fish or whatever. Absolutely. And because it's not alcohol or drugs.
That's right.
It's okay, because we have to eat anyway, right? So that's your excuse. So you start eating and then it just takes over because you're really trying to deal with something else.
And that's very, very true. You're not, and then there are 1,000 pounds, and we're not making, or 500 pounds, we're not making light of it. It could be us, but we do see how if you don't address it, it's very sad. You, Tonnisha, what do you think about it?
Oh, I always watch that show,
Yeah.
and I really feel like it could have been me because I was
That's
350, and I'm 5'10", so to me I never looked 350, whatever 350 looks like, you know.
Yeah.
But I felt, you can tell me I wasn't small, but I was already 350, and I was in my early 20s, so I was on my way there. By this age now, I would have been 500 maybe, you know. So
yeah,
I just look, I watch that show, also like to empathize. I totally understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And just to remind myself to keep it together. Like even your mental health, even when you go through ups and downs in life, you can't just let yourself go. You gotta keep it together.
That's good.
Kind of way.
That's good. Deonn has a question. Any of you can answer. He says, is being healthy more of a mindset than anything else? That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonnisha, you say yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sandi, Jackie?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it starts with the mindset. Your mind is strong. I'm telling you, it's stronger than the body. You know, we lead with what we think.
Yeah,
that's right.
Who we think we are is, you know, how we exude and put that pressure out there, right?
Yeah.
So it all starts there.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Obesity is just the physical outcome of whatever the mental issue is. See, we can't see what the alcohol is doing to the liver, and we can't see what the smoking is doing to the lungs, but we can see what the food is doing to the body.
Yes.
But there's still something else going on. So, but yeah, I agree with Jackie that the mind is running everything we do anyway. So, yeah, it starts there.
Do you think social media sometimes paints an unrealistic picture of health and fitness?
Absolutely.
Yes. And I was dealing with that.
Society
I deal with that until I found out that some of these trainers are getting surgery. I was like, what? Like, I didn't know. I feel so naive, and I'm being totally serious because I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's wrong with me? Because I know what I do. And so I'm like, okay, now, like, I know what I'm doing. And I was even getting help from another trainer friend. Like, I was getting his services, and I'm like, what in the world is happening? Like, what do I need to do to make this big change? Because you'll see, they'll say May, and in July, they done did like a whole transformation. And it's like, no, you just recovered from surgery.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I'm just being honest. And so that's what I don't like about social media. Just be real. Say what you got. You don't have to, but if you're going to like promote health and fitness and wellness, you need to say, I got surgery.
That's right.
I say I got skin removal surgery. I lost all my weight and I got skin removal surgery.
That's right.
Just be honest. I didn't say that everything tightened up on its own because, to be honest, 50 plus, once you lose a lot of weight, you're going to have excess skin. So I don't lie to people and say, hey, after you lose this 100 pounds with me, you're good. You're done. I tell them the truth.
Cod says all the time. Kendra says absolutely. Deonn says 100%. It's more smoke and mirrors going on. And you know what? They actually have, hold on. Somebody's comment. The unrealistic expectation of snapping back post-pregnancy. Mm-hmm. 2 days later, you've lost the baby weight. Give me a break. So people are not believing the hype, you guys.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. My people know that.
And it took effort, after pregnancy. First of all, you're not even supposed to work out. I had a C-section, so I wasn't even supposed to work out for a while, right? Which was driving me crazy. And then when I did start, stuff wasn't back where it was supposed to be. Yeah. So I couldn't work out like I wanted to. But it was funny, one of the guys in my boot camp class, he was like, Sandi is trying to make us all lose her baby fat. Because, I was trying to get it off.
It's real.
But no, and it does take real discipline. And if you can think about driving down the street and you swerve, right? So you're out of balance. you have to swerve hard to get back in balance.
That's good.
Right? So you can't just say, oh, I'm going to start, cutting back on this. Well, no, you have to change your whole lifestyle to get back to the center of the road again. So it wasn't like I could say, oh, for me to lose this baby fat, I'm just going to, walk around the park or whatever. No, I had to do dramatic things to get back where I wanted to be. Then I could taper off, and then you go into maintaining. But first you have to do, what you have to do to, work out at least 4 to 5 days a week. Sometimes you do those 2-a-days. You're cutting back. You might be, and I don't really calorie count right now, but when I'm trying to get where I'm trying to be, I might calorie count. I go really, really clean. I'm actually pescatarian, but I did vegan for 4 years.
Okay.
But that wasn't for weight loss. That was to feel better, to live better. It's just a matter of. I loved what Jackie said. Knowing yourself. First, you have to find out where I'm at, and then where I need to go, and then do what you need to do to get there, and then you go into maintenance. You can't live like you're in maintenance.
That's good. Now, ladies, let's take this question. Jackie, I want to start with you. And then I want to hear from you, Sandi, and then you, Tonnisha. Keep your questions coming. That's why they're here. Tamika, the one and only. I love that name. Brody, she says off subject. But she says, I know with me, I get so discouraged because her weight fluctuates. She says, I just can't keep it off. She's to the point. She doesn't even look at the scale anymore. What supplements, what other things are you doing other than exercising? Thank you, Tamika. That's a good question. Jackie, you first.
Check in with your PCP or your primary care physician, because a lot of times as women, we forget that we have hormone imbalance. Our thyroid levels can be off. That can also trigger the hypothyroidism or the hyperthyroidism. Understanding your vitals and where you are with your cholesterol, working with your nutritionist under your PCP. That's where I gotten started to educate myself, kind of working backwards in phases, because a lot of times we look at, oh, I got to work out. No, it really starts with the nutrition part. It's getting that down packed, knowing that you're totally different. You may have to eat differently. You may be allergic to chicken. You may be allergic to gluten. And that's probably the reason why you're swelling up and the weight's not coming off. So I would suggest that you start there. And then also working with your doctor and taking your basic vitamins, your supplements, getting your vitamin D, your iron, and then also looking at exploring different supplements that can help burn the fat, that is healthy, that you're not adding too many man-made supplements to your body, but just educating yourself there, and then giving yourself 45 to 90 days of consistency of using those products. Because I think a lot of times when we're diving into this whole new era of trying something new, there's so many nuances that come with it. We don't give it enough time for it to activate and for it to work. But that's where I would suggest that you start there. And then that helps build your fitness program, starting there.
Yeah, you, Sandi, and then what do you say, Tonnisha, to Tamika's question? Good question, Tamika.
I agree. Definitely start with your doctor, because it could be hormonal, thyroid, it could be medication, it could be food allergies. And so you want to find out if it's any of those issues first, because it could be something easily remedied by just finding out, oh, I have a food allergy. My sister found out that she had food allergies, and she took tomatoes and something else out of her diet, and then it started to fall off. So if she's teeter-tottering like that, I would let my PCP be my first place.
Yeah. You, Tonnisha?
I actually get this a lot. And after you saw your doctor and, they say everything's okay, my thing is to be 100% honest with yourself. Because usually people tell me this and I'll break it down. I'll be like, okay, so what you had yesterday? And they're like, okay, I only ate once. And I'm like, so you only ate once. Okay, so you're putting your body in starvation mode. So what did you eat? You know, because at least if you only going to eat once, what did you eat? And then you really just break down what's going on. So sometimes people aren't eating enough. Sometimes they're eating too much. Sometimes they're snacking on things, but they don't even really notice. Like I had a nurse. Oh, I don't want to tell people, but I'm just saying. Like I had a nurse, and you would think nurses are healthy, but they have like boxes of donuts at the little desk or things like big bowls of candy, and I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm healthy, but she don't tell you about the times that she go get a donut. Like you have a salad in the cafeteria, but you pick up the donut and you don't mean to, but it's just habit, or you really are tired and you need energy. Are you getting enough sleep? It's a lot of things that you have to really break down, be honest with yourself.
I like Tamika. She said she's 41. So is there a certain age when the weight really adds on? And you know what? I have, I just recently had a show, Tamika, with my medical professionals. So, Tamika, what I am going to do is I am going to DM you their information as well so they can answer. And actually, I know 3 doctors. So I'm going to DM you all 3 of their. These are really good questions. I should have had a medical doctor in here as well because you never know what the conversation is. So this is really, really good. This is good. But yeah, they say when you reach a certain age, the weight can come on. It's hard to get it off. But to make sure, Tamika, I am going to make sure I DM you all of those medical professionals. In addition, talking to your doctor. And then I've heard people listen to your body. Listen to your body. Because if one doctor says, oh, well, everything, okay, but doctor, it's still, I'm not, go get a second opinion. Go get a second opinion. Tamika says, yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciative. And I will absolutely do that, Tamika. When I play the music, I'll send you, make sure to do that. Because people, we don't want to be making up stuff to sound, right? And leading people down the wrong direction.
Change, though.
Huh?
The workouts do change as you get older and hormones change. The workout that you did at 25 and 35 that worked does not work as hormones change. So you don't want to do as much cardio and you want to do a lot more strength training. Food change, but hormones can mess your world up. But really, I there's nothing wrong with getting a personal trainer. Getting a certified personal trainer, not somebody that says, I just teach fitness and whatever. Find a certified personal trainer that knows how to create workouts for you. You don't have to do it forever. Just do it for a month or so. So you learn the routines, you know what your body needs for where you're at. And you can, I'm going to assume that everything else is correct. Everything else is going right for her. It's just her workout. I'm only speaking to the workout that, she definitely wants to change her intensity and how often she's doing strength training versus cardio.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like the question is she's over 41. Is the weight, it's not coming off. So I'm going to put you in touch with my friends in the medical field, and prayerfully you will get some answers. Listen to your body. I'm sure they can direct you to some reputable, credible doctors. But either way, I know people like that. They're like, is it after 40? What is this? What am I? And it's just hormones. It could be a string of anything. So don't you worry, Tamika. I'll be sending you some resources, and prayerfully you'll get the answers you're looking for, sister. But sisters, and I just love how this conversation goes. I'm telling you, I love that we're just real because it's the reality. Now, sisters, I want to hear from you first, Tonnisha, as we wrap up the segment. First you, Tonnisha, then Sandi, then Jackie. Any final words, any words of encouragement, whatever you want to say, make sure you give us your contact information as well.
I just really want to encourage everyone to love themselves. If you just love yourself and love others, it'll just make everything so easier, even your journey, because if you're really loving yourself, you're paying attention and being mindful of what you're putting into your body. You're not allowing people to stress you out because you care about your mental health. You're getting your sleep, so you're prioritizing yourself. You're not letting, the job work you to death. you're putting yourself first. So just love yourself, love your body. And if you need a community, if you need friends, if you need a no judgment zone, you can always find me at Hey Gym Friend. And it's at Hey Gym Friend on everything, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me. And then Tonnisha Deonn if you want to get more personal.
Yes. And that's good. Don't let these people stress you out.
No.
Don't let them, because you'll be at your desk eating because your boss is stress eating. Some people are emotional eaters. You, Sandi?
I can only piggyback. I agreed with everything she said. This is all about self-love. We put everything before we put
I think we know what she meant. Yeah. She's freezing up a little bit.
But ourselves, somewhere we got somebody else first. Did I breathe up? Am I back? Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, we put our kids first. We put the church first. We put our husbands first, our jobs first, our parents first. Put you first. Put you first, and then it let your cup overflow.
Yeah.
So I'm Operation Get Fit USA on all the platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of it.
Yeah.
Instagram is what I'm trying to say. Or Sandi at operationgetfit.com. So I appreciate you having me. This was great.
Yeah. And look, you're in 10 ministries. You're running a household. You're in 10 ministries. You're doing, you know, we do have so many responsibilities, and even we need a break. Pastors take a sabbatical, whatever, right? But we gotta, you know, we just have so many responsibilities, but we gotta take care of ourselves. You, Jackie,
know that you're worth it. Know that you're so worth it, and that you're God's child. Know that lifestyle changes does not happen overnight. I designed a framework called the IDC framework. The I is that you have to be intentional. The D is that you have to be disciplined, and that takes time to build that up. And the C, you have to be consistent. So I always ask, what is your IDC? I ask myself, what is your IDC? Because there's times when we think that motivation is always going to be there. It's just like any other emotion. It comes and it goes. So when you redirect yourself to that framework, hey, I got to be intentional. I got to apply this discipline. I got to be consistent with everything that I put my mind to it, because I am worth it. You can follow me at The Real Jackie Red Fitness on Instagram. I am big on my transparency of me transforming. I am a brand ambassador for Spenga for the Houston market. Definitely check us out. Come and join me at a workout, and let's just get fit together. We are a one community. Let's win together, and health is wealth. Thank you.
Now, ladies, I tell you, good conversation. I'm not going to get home till late because I'm on the radio tonight. But when I get home, I'm having kale, brown rice, because sometimes the work schedule, I mean, I can't eat here, right? Come on. So I'm having a vegan, because I don't eat meat anymore. And that's another topic. I stopped eating meat, but I was eating everything else. Okay. I'm not eating meat, so I'm good. So extra 10 Oreos. I was a how you gonna be a fat vegetarian? You know what I mean? I was the fat vegetarian.
No judgment. No judgment.
But I'm just calling it out. I'm just calling it out. I stopped eating meat to be healthier, but Oreos are vegan. That's
right. That's right.
More of them. And then they make the thin. That don't make it no better.
Vegan.
That's another topic for another time. But we are back on track, and I got that foolishness out of my system. Anyway, and then the Impossible Whopper was just impossible to put. Because the lady, I went to the drive-thru. I'm trying to eat healthy. You want cheese? Okay, lady. You know what I mean? Come on, y'all. We have to be mindful. Just because they offer it doesn't mean we have to take it.
That's true.
Yeah. So tonight I'll be having brown rice, kale, and my vegan meat patty with hummus. Ooh, right? Good. That's good, right?
That's excellent.
Yeah. And I put a little oil on it. Is that okay? I put a little canola.
A healthy fat. Is it avocado oil?
A little it's an avocado canola oil combination.
Okay. It's a healthy fat.
Okay. Yeah. So and somebody else says sounds amazing. Thank you, Cod. Yeah. I used to stop at the drive-thru, but no more, right?
Good for you.
Ladies, because when you're full, when you wake up in the morning, that's a problem. Have you ever eaten so much that you wake up full? And like, why am I?
That's when the itis come. I turn that all the way off.
Come on, ladies. We have to be honest. We've eaten so much. You wake up in the morning, you're still full. You don't even want breakfast. That's out of control. But that's the past. I thank you for being on. Our bodies are temples. This was the next week, Kings. You better bring it, Kings, because these queens brought it. I'm telling you. I want to thank Tonnisha. I want to thank Sandi. And I want to thank the real Jackie Red Fitness. God bless you all, ladies. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm telling